Hello and happy Haileyween! This is a Haileyween weekend readathon vlog, and it is very chaotic and scatterbrained, and you probably hear my son playing in the hallway because he's being really loud. But we're gonna try our best because I filmed this intro last, because in what other world does Rainy film this first? I don't know. Also, it's Spirit Week at my school, hence why I'm wearing my gator attire, because that's where I went to school. And so that's why I'm wearing this for this vlog clip. If you're new here, my name's Rainy Blue. I read books and like thriller, horror, sci-fi, fantasy, romance. I don't like exclude any genres. And if you're interested in that, click subscribe. It really helps my channel grow. But Haileyween is hosted by the wonderful Hailey Hughes, who I love. She is fabulous. And it was from Thursday to Sunday, and it was basically made out of her love for extreme horror. And so she wanted us to read spooky books, as always, in October. And so I'm going to start by telling you what my Haileyween TBR was, and I'll post it up here. And then we're going to talk about how that is not what happened, and other books made their way onto the list. So she had 5 prompts for this, and of course I'm the type of person that likes to try and have a prompt or a different book for each prompt. And so for extreme horror, the extreme horror prompt, I picked Cirque Berserk by Jessica Guess, because I heard this was horror light, meaning it was not that dark and sinister. And I can say that I read this, and you will see more clips on this later. For a book published by an indie author, I did not get that done. That was supposed to be There Are No Saints by Sophie Lark. I did read one, but it was not this book. So this is the last time you will see this. I will read it in another vlog. And then for the book that takes place on Halloween, I did read a book. We had a buddy read that Hailey picked for everyone to read called The Mother Next Door by Tara Liskowski, and it was like a domestic, rich, gossipy, mommy drama that takes place on Halloween night at a block party. But I also had vowed to read Kill Creek by Scott Thomas, which takes place on Halloween, and it's about a bunch of writers that are in a place on Halloween night to write, and then spooky stuff goes down. I did not get to this either, so this is the last time you're going to see me talk about this either. I plan on reading this soon. But I did read a Halloween book, so I've hit all the prompts thus far. And then I was supposed to read from an LGBTQ plus author, and I did not get to that because I was going to read Eric LaRocca's We Can Never Leave This Place, and I just simply didn't get to it. However, I also extended Haileyween to Monday night as well, because you're seeing this on Tuesday. And so maybe I read this, maybe by the time that I finish editing this, I will have read this. And you will see clips for this, but I'm not promising myself to that. And then I had to read by a BIPOC author, and so I chose Tiffany D. Jackson and read The Weight of Blood, which is the Carrie retelling, and this I did read. Had a great time with it, so you will see that. So out of the 5 books that I showed you, I only read 2, but I did read 5 in this readathon. My Mother Next Door copy, I don't know where it is. That was part of her readathon though. So yeah, I read 5 books, possibly 6 in general over the weekend. I think that's pretty good. And so I'm excited to get to share them with you. So stay tuned. There's going to be clips of me on Patreon, because I hopped on with Hailey at one point for sprints. I hopped on with my friend Neva during her 24-hour sprints, and I finished The Weight of Blood on that. And I read another extreme horror on Hailey's. And I'm doing all sorts of things in this video. Like there's circus, there's all sorts of stuff in this video. So if you're ready for a wild but crazy Haileyween vlog, here we go. You're getting a Haileyween update from my classroom because I was too tired to film last night, and it is what it is. Sorry for the lighting in here, like, the lighting is terrible. Anyway, I am currently 37% of the way through Cirque Berserk. This is the first book that I am reading for Haileyween, because I figured my plan was to knock it out last night. However, my pregnant self gets way tired too easily, and I fell asleep during the second Haileyween reading sprint. But it's okay. I'll finish it today. This is my extreme horror for it, because I know it's a slasher, and I'm not a big horror person, which actually I've learned reading about it is not that terrible. But I am happy to report that the descriptions in this book have not been so overtly terrible that I couldn't handle it. And so I might be able to handle extreme horror. Not sure yet. This is probably like a baby step in that direction, but whatever. I should probably tell you what this is about. So it says, the summer of 1989 brought terror to the town of Shadows Creek, Florida, in the form of a massacre at the local carnival, Cirque Berserk. One fateful night, a group of teens killed a dozen people, then disappeared into thin air. No one knows why they did it, where they went, or even how many of them there were, but legend has it they still roam the abandoned carnival looking for blood to spill.
30 years later, best friends Sam and Rochelle are in the midst of a boring senior trip when they learn about the infamous Cirque Berserk. Seeking one last adventure, they and their friends journey to the nearby Shadows Creek to see if the urban legends about Cirque Berserk are true. But waiting for them beyond the carnival gates is a night of brutality, bloodshed, and betrayal. Will they make it out alive, or will the carnival's past demons extinguish their futures? I'm loving this. I am loving that we're getting flashbacks between 1989 when it happened and then like 2019 present day where the current people are going. And I'm loving the characters. And there was a twist right at the end of what I read that I was like, oh my God, what? And it was so good. So it kind of made me wonder though, like, where can it go from there? And I'm sure I will find out. But I'm super excited to read this. Like I said, I got to like 37% last night on one reading sprint, so I know I can knock this out today. That is the plan. I'm also just trying to finish the other book that I'm currently reading right now, which is Night Bitch by Rachel Yoder, and I have about 76% of that one, so my goal is to finish that during the day. So that reading sprints tonight, which I'm going on tonight with Hailey. Super excited for that. I can do that. And then, yeah, we'll see where it takes us from there. But 37% in, really enjoying it. Let's knock this bad boy out.
I feel like this is not the best angle because my ring light's behind me, but I'm trying to switch up what you see in my spooky ooky book shirt. Okay, anyway, it's the end of day one, and I wanted to give you an update on Cirque Berserk. Which let me grab it. Update on Cirque Berserk. Okay, I finished it tonight after I got home from work, and 5 stars. First official 5-star of the Readathon. This was so much fun. The slashing was not too much for me, and I really absolutely loved the time jumps, like I said, between 1989 and 2019, I believe, like where you find out what happened with these 6 kids that like went on a murdering rampage, and then what's happening in present day, and the twists were like relentless, and it was fabulous, and I really liked the ending and how it wrapped up. It was just so fun, and it's definitely like the perfect way to ease yourself into horror if you're not like really ready to fully dive in yet, as I definitely wasn't. And so yeah, I'm super glad that I read this, and I heard this is actually like one of like 30 in a series. They're all written by like different authors, and they're all like spooky horror novellas. However, I looked up a lot of them, and I wasn't really interested in many of them. So this is like book 4. So, but they don't have anything to do with one another. Like they don't correlate, so that's not a big deal. But yeah, it was so much fun, and I would definitely read from this author again. Like I think she did a really great job within 150 pages. My cat is being very annoying and following me everywhere. But anyway, I had a great time with this. I can't wait to see the next book in the Readathon, which I believe is going to be A Weight of Blood by Tiffany D. Jackson. We will see if that's the next thing in this clip. And I will catch up with you guys on day 2. Reading update. It's on day 2 of Haileyween. I'm currently sprinting with Hailey and Ashley, which I will put a little video clip here of us reading. But yeah, we're having a lot of fun chatting. And I started the sprint reading The Weight of Blood by Tiffany D. Jackson, and I am really loving this. I'm about 25% in, and I feel like this is going to be a 5-star. It's a very sad book. It's a Carrie retelling, basically, and so I've never read Carrie by Stephen King, but I mean, I've heard a lot of people say that it does it good justice at like the book. Anyway, so yeah, this is just about a girl, Madison. She's always been teased, and she has to hide from the rest of the people that she is biracial. And one day it rains and her afro pops up, and everyone realizes that she's black or half black, and she starts getting bullied. And then they have segregated proms still, and in order to show that they're not racist towards her, they do a interracial prom, and then stuff goes crazy at the prom, and most people die, and there's only 2 survivors, and they're wondering, but everyone's saying Maddie did it. So I'm really loving it. Like I said, it's gonna be a 5-star, but I am not continuing to read it because Ashley is reading For the Sake Of by Judith Sonnet, which is an extreme horror book. And I've been wanting to read that, but I was a little scared that I wouldn't be able to handle it because Baby Rainey does not do horror. And I really had FOMO, and so I bought it for $1 on Kindle, and I am reading that right now, and I'm 34% in. And it has some brutal, gory moments, but you know what? I am surviving, and I'm living my best life. So this one takes place around a girl named Tabitha, whose daughter was abducted when she was 6, and she gets a phone call from the killer and basically is told, you have to do these 3 things for me, and they're pretty like awful and psychotic, and if you do them, you'll get your daughter returned to you. But it's like, the whole story is, what will you do for the sake of your daughter? And that hits really close to home because I would do anything for my son. And so I'm a little scared to see what she's going to have to do because this guy is very dark and sadistic and he goes by Daddy. But yeah, that is the update. I am going to keep reading this for this sprint and then let you know where I get to. It's a pretty quick read. It's only like 140 pages. And off I go.
Girl, what's her name? Tabby is like at the club with her mom friends trying to like forget about her missing daughter, and the guy like calls her and is like, I'm a big fan.
Okay, so it hasn't even popped off yet.
No, but like the things that like have, well, the first thing I was like, oh my god, this is incredible, was like the Bible.
Yeah.
I was like, this is gonna be everything. Like,
So I have a secret. I started that too.
no.
Oh my gosh, where are you at?
Feeling FOMO. I got right to where where they're outside the club and just left, and there was a brutal attacking.
Okay, so you're just slightly ahead of Ashley.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I liked it. I mean, I don't know. I was a little scared because I don't really read extreme horror, and I was like, I wanted to read it, and I don't know. I'm doing a lot better than I thought I was. So
This is amazing.
I finished. So
How are you doing?
oh, the end killed me. Oh my gosh. Oh. Yeah. I mean, I have like 2 questions about it, but I don't want to ask because Ashley doesn't know. So I'm probably just going to message you.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm a slow reader.
No, you're good. But oh my gosh, like the last like 5 pages, I was just shook.
The last thing,
Yes.
Oh my
that is when I was like, oh hell no. It is depraved.
Yeah. Well, and then like when you find out what the last task is, I was like, oh no.
That's what, because they keep alluding to it and they're like, it's the same every time.
Oh,
Is
it's
it?
so bad.
I'm so excited.
Getting Chick-fil-A on this fine morning. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, bye.
Lincoln, where are we? Where are we? Did we get a pumpkin? Are we grocery shopping? Say, oh yeah. Okay, so day 3 of Haileyween. It's Saturday. I know that you just saw the clip of me talking about me finishing For the Sake of on Hailey's Patreon sprint last night. And that was really my first extreme horror. Like, I knew Cirque Berserk was an extreme horror, and it was like on the horror light side. And this was not horror light. This was really intense. But I learned that if I can get through this, I can read other extreme horror, which is very exciting because I'm a little bit intrigued by it. But this one, I know I didn't explain what it was really. It's kind of, or I think I did. Yeah, it's about a mom. Her kid was taken from her, and she gets a phone call from some creepy man that says you have to do 4 tasks in order to save her life. And they're all really intense tasks, like really intense. It was pretty disgusting. And there were some really bad parts, and that twist at the end, I don't know. But it was 5 stars, friends. 5 stars. So I've read 2 extreme horror books, and I am currently 30% of the way through Weight of Blood by Tiffany G. Jackson, and I am loving it. That is probably going to be a 5 star, so this might be a whole 5-star readathon. I don't know. But I'm about to go to Circus and do auditions for the next show that we're doing, so I'll post a clip of Circus. But this weekend, I still have to read We Can Never Leave This Place by Eric LaRocca because that is my LGBTQ author choice, and I picked it because it's a short little novella. And then I still have to read The Mother Next Door by Tara Lukowski. And this is our buddy read book pick. Everyone's reading this. And this is like a domestic, like, socialite, gossipy thriller. So I feel like I can fly through this pretty quick. But the one that might get me and not let me finish is Kill Creek, this 400-page chunker. There's no audiobook that I can find unless I buy it on Audible. And I'm going to have to freaking read this physically. And I don't know. So I'm saving this for last, even though I probably should start it soon. But The Weight of Blood is also 400 pages, so I'm trying to get through that, and I'm about 150 pages through with that. So I don't know. I feel like I can finish that today. I can definitely finish this today. I want to get through a good chunk of this today, which luckily my friend Neva is doing 24-hour sprints, and I was just on those with her. So like this is just a reading weekend. I got to get in all my stuff for Haileyween, and then Hailey's doing more Patreon sprints tonight, and so I've got to go get over to that. And we just live in our best lives. Hello, trying to mix up where I talk to you in here. Okay, this is going to be a very short update, but I read For the Sake of Two by Judith Sonnet. Was I expecting to read that? No. Did I get to it because of peer pressure? Yes, because I was watching Hailey's Patreon sprints, and my other friend that read the other one that was on the live with me, Ashley, was like, Trauma Bond buddy, are you going to start reading For the Sake of Two on the sprint? And I said, heck yeah I am. And then I started reading it, and she fell asleep on me on the sprint, and so I started reading without her, but I kept switching between that and Weight of Blood because it's like a really dark, intense read, and of course it was another 5 stars. Honestly, I'm still thinking about that ending. Like, it haunts me, the final image. Like, it is a really, really disturbing ending, and it's probably going to stick with me for a long time, and I figure if it got me to feel that type of way, then it deserved a 5 stars. It was even worse than the first one, if that can possibly be true, and I heard that there is a third one ending this trilogy, so I'm super excited to see it, especially because she released both of these this year, one in January and I think one in June, so I'm only wondering when the next one's going to come. I've discovered I really enjoy her. I'm going to read more of her books. My eye is going like crazy because I accidentally pet my cats and then touched my eye, and I'm slightly allergic. So sorry if I keep touching my eye. But she writes stuff really quick. I'm going to read some of her other stuff. I know she has a clown book, but I'm not really sure if I want to read that because I'm scared of clowns here, but you never know. I never thought I would read this, yet here we are. So that is the short update. I loved it, and I'm going to move on to not as extreme of things.
I finished my book.
Me too.
At a time, because I was like, this thing says I have 35 minutes. I was like, so let me add like 15 minutes to this timer. I think I said 20, but I only added a 15. How did you do, Rainy?
I mean, I finished, and it's 5 stars.
I knew it would be. I knew
It's so good, but I'm so sad about things.
Yeah,
and I'm mad at one specific thing at the end.
Message me, because I might be mad about the same thing. I feel like The Weight of Blood is better than Carrie. Like, I feel like The Weight of Blood is what Carrie should have been.
Now, I wouldn't know because I didn't. I haven't read Carrie.
Okay, that's good, because I haven't read Carrie either, and I was like, is that going to be okay going into The Weight of Blood and not having read Carrie?
This book is what Carrie should have been.
Nice. I'm very excited to read it, because I've only heard amazing things. Like, I haven't heard one bad thing yet.
I'm sorry. Rainy's messages came through. Rainy, I was also mad about this.
Wait, and this too. Is that what that was?
That's how I interpreted it.
Okay. Well, then that I'm okay with.
That part I was okay with, but the other part, like, absolutely.
I was like, that's such crap.
Okay, hello. It's the end of Monday, the end of my extended Haileyween, and I finished the last book on the docket, The Mother Next Door, the buddy read. And I gave it a 4 stars. So I absolutely loved it. I had so much fun with this book the entire time. The only reason I didn't give it a 5 star is because, like, it's not like going to be like a super memorable thriller. Like, the twists were good, and I actually was not expecting it. I saw part of it coming, but not the full bit of it coming. And honestly, this was just so fun. I love that it took place around a Halloween block party where you find out all the secrets of, like, these rich, gossipy drama moms. I just had so much fun. I literally read, like, 200 pages of this in one sitting. It's just that sort of book that is, like, super fun and super easy to pick up. So if you're looking for, like, a fun, rich people-filled sorority sisters, like, Halloween spooky drama, this is the book for you. Honestly, it was really great. And I definitely recommend it. So I'm so glad and I got to this, and this actually is the book that gave me my 100 book status on Goodreads. That was my challenge. I've technically read 101 books because my mom, or I've technically read 101 books because I read my friend's new arc, or their new book that comes out in a couple months, and I read it early, but since it's not on Goodreads yet, it was not considered a book. So I technically had to read 101 books to mark that challenge as, like, completed, but I did it. So yay, this book got me to the top. So I would say this was a very successful blog. I read Cirque Berserk 5 stars, For the Sake of, and For the Sake of 2 5 stars, The Weight of Blood 5 stars, and then The Mother Next Door 4 stars. So I had 4 5 stars and 1 4 stars. So honestly, Haileyween was a success. I cannot wait to do it again next year. Super excited to see what the prompts will be and all that fun stuff. But with that, I'm going to close out this vlog. I hope you had fun seeing all the different parts of Haileyween. Sorry it came out a couple days late, but you know what? That's the way the cookie crumbles. Okay? Okay. Alright, I'll see you guys in another video super soon.